Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to episode 16 of Brunch Break, my weekly live show. My name is Bethany Steck-Janachek, also known as Mrs. Love Chard, and I am the founder of lovechard.com and NutriBabeNation.com. And I am here to share my weight loss story, my emotional eating journey, my transformation from complete and total hot mess of a life and health to an optimally living whole food plant-based lifestyle. And I transformed so much with my life, and I just cannot help but share with others because I know what it's like to feel all the things I felt back then, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And I know what it's like to feel like I do now, full of life and energetic and, just completely life-changing. So a couple days ago, I shared a before and after picture of my transformation. And the link is up above. If you click on lovechard.com/blog, you can see the blog version of everything I'm going to talk about today. But I kind of wanted to dig a little bit deeper and share the real life inside look at characteristics, thoughts, feelings of what it was like back then before I transitioned and before I changed my life and what it looks like now. Because I think so many times I share, a lot of the nows. I share a lot of what my life looks like now, what my food looks like now, what my energy is like now, what my workouts are like now. But it's sometimes hard for people who are just starting or are just trying to get started or are thinking about changing their lifestyle to see that beginning part of it and to, connect with that very beginning part of where they are currently now. So I want to talk about that because I have not always been a whole food plant-based lifestyle coach. I didn't come out of the womb as a health coach. It just kind of happened in my transition. I did not always eat vegetables and fruits, and I was not always crazy about salads. I call myself like love drunk on vegetables right now, which 4 or 5 years ago to me would seem crazy. So to look back at myself 5 years ago, before I transitioned, before I changed my life, if you were to tell me that my life would look like it is now, I would tell you you're crazy. I would tell you it's not possible. I would tell you that it would be super hard. I would tell you that I would have failed. I would tell you that that's not realistic. I would tell you that I'll never stop eating ice cream and donuts and cheese sticks and meat and everything else. I would tell you a lot of those things, but I'm here to tell you that it is possible and you can transform and you can totally change from where you're at now. Also, guys, too, if you get a lot out of my videos and you want to share the love with everybody, please share this video. You can share anything and everything that I ever put out. I just want to help people change their life. So hit share, hit like, comment, tag a friend, all that good stuff. So let me rewind a little bit into what life was like before I transitioned into this lifestyle. And again, too, you can head to lovechard.com and click on blog or /. Is it a / or a /? I don't know. lovechard.com/blog, and it's the very first blog. That's the one that I'm going to dive into today. I shared this transformation. I shared this picture, and I got hundreds and hundreds of comments. I got tons of emails. It got tons of shares, and so what I realized is that this is a really popular topic, and this is really something that I want to talk a little bit more about so that I can connect more so with the people who are beginning their journey or thinking about it or have just begun, but it's kind of hard to see that end goal or the years in the future, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about what life was like before. So life before I transitioned, I was living the standard American diet, and it was filled with donuts, it was filled with chips, alcohol, candy, fast food, cream cheese, ice cream, nacho cheese, sprinkled cheese, Parmesan cheese, like a lot of cheese. My dad always jokes with me all the time because when I was growing up for a couple, probably like a summer or two, or maybe like a year or so, I was in charge of making the meals for our family. And I didn't know what I was doing, so I literally just poured cheese over everything. Like whatever we had, I just poured cheese over it. I mixed cheese into it, like an entire package of shredded craft cheese. So there was a lot of cheese in my life, a lot of dairy, a lot of crap, a lot of alcohol, a lot of cigarettes. I used to smoke probably, in high school it was probably worse. Like high school and college I was probably like 2 packs a day. And then towards the end, well, I was probably like 2 packs a day and then a pack and a half and then a pack. And I was probably around a pack a day when I quit. So tons of just crap, nothing that was beneficial for my body, nothing that was filled with micronutrients and vitamins and minerals. I mean, it was all just crap that was dragging my body down and making my skin look awful. I'll talk about my skin in a little bit. Just awful, awful things. So what all those things look like now with my food, it's a whole food plant-based lifestyle. It's filled with all of the things that I used to eat in a whole food plant-based way. So I still enjoy nacho cheese. I just make it out of cashews and white beans and sweet potato. It's filled with hearty bean and veggie soups. It's filled with large, delicious gourmet salads. It's filled with tons of different hummus flavors. It's filled with chocolatey smoothies. Like, I love chocolate. I will never give up chocolate, but what I'm eating is a whole food plant-based version of chocolate. You know, it's not filled with refined sugar and milks and, you know, dairy and all that kind of stuff. So let's back up a little again. My life 5 years ago was filled with excuses. It was filled with hiding, laziness, little self-confidence, fear of failure, not knowing if this would work, not really wanting to do anything. You know, I was comfortable with where my life was. Today, my life is disciplined. I'm disciplined. I have more discipline. I have grit. I have determination. I have the confidence, and I feel powerful. And this did not happen overnight. I don't want to say like, you know, I was this and boom, I changed my lifestyle and overnight I was this. It definitely takes work. It takes determination. It takes persistence. It takes consistency. So this is what I'm here to share with you guys. That's why I share my journey. It's not all puppies and rainbows. I mean, it is, you're putting in the work, but you get the reward. You get the determination, or you get the confidence and the power and the weight loss and the clearer skin. Like, you get all the things you work for. You're not just putting in hard work and you're still going to be miserable. There is a journey. There is a transformation, and you do get everything that you're going towards when you keep moving forward and when you keep taking those actions and when you keep implementing. So before I changed my lifestyle, I was depressed. I'm going to hop back and forth just so that you can kind of see the comparison of the two, like, feelings and stuff. So before I changed my lifestyle, I was super depressed. I was on a lot of medication for depression and anxiety. I was on a ton of medication for spastic colon and stomach issue problems. I had tons of asthma and allergy problems. I was on tons of medication for that. Inhaler every single day. I had crazy issues with my intestine, my bowels, my colon, my stomach. I had very sharp stabbing pains in that region, like, every single day. These would get me so, like, I could not even control my body. I would, like, hyperventilate. Like, I was in, like, crunching pain from just, like, I couldn't even hardly do anything. There were sometimes I missed work because of this, and just tons and tons of health issues, tons of medication, tons of problems. My blood pressure was crazy. My cholesterol was high. All of this medical-based, medical type stuff. Fast forward to now, I have little to no trouble with depression or anxiety. I'm off of every single medication. I do not even have Tylenol in my house, I don't think, or whatever it's called, ibuprofen or Advil. Maybe taken a couple ibuprofen in the last 4 years. That's another thing I should mention. We would go through, not we, I should say me. I would go through the family size, like, jumbo bottle of ibuprofen in, like, a month. I had chronic headaches every single day. I think I talk about that in the next bullet. But I would go through this huge bottle in a month. I would pop 4 ibuprofen, like, every 8 or 12 hours, twice a day probably. And it was because I had these chronic headaches, and it was because I was not healthy in any way. I was eating all the things that bring on headaches. My body was so not in alignment that, it acts out with acne and with headaches and, low energy and other things. Cholesterol, blood pressure, depression, like all these things were caused by my lifestyle. So I don't need an inhaler anymore. I feel like I don't even have asthma anymore because I can finally breathe now. And I know that sounds like so simple, like, okay, cool, you can breathe. But seriously, like, I had so much trouble breathing before, and I can actually breathe now. And I don't even think I own an inhaler. If I do, I don't know where it is. Like, I have not touched it for years. And as far as my intestines, stomach, bowel, and colon problems, I have no issue going to the bathroom. I have no stabbing stomach pains. And a brief little story on that. I saw specialist after specialist after doctor about these stomach pains and about this, everything with my intestines and colon and all that stuff. Nobody could figure it out. Like, nobody knew what was going on. And so finally, one of the last specialists, I probably saw 8 maybe. The last one was like, we think it's your gallbladder. We're going to take out your gallbladder. So here I am, 17 years old, having this $10,000 gallbladder surgery, and it did nothing. Nothing changed. And now I don't have a gallbladder. It's fine now, but I had the surgery for no reason. I mean, that was not the problem. The problem was my nutrition. The problem was my lifestyle. And not one time was that mentioned at any of these doctor visits, specialists, nothing. It was all, they were throwing pills at me, throwing surgeries at me, and nothing changed until I changed my nutrition. All right, 5 years ago, I had horrible acne. Crazy acne. I talked about the daily headaches. I was huffing and puffing up the stairs. I got winded tying my shoes. I got winded getting in and out of my car. Simple daily tasks I could not breathe through. And now my skin, as you can see, so I just have light powder on today, like foundation powder. I used to pack so much layers of makeup, foundation, concealer, and all that stuff, and it still would not hide any blemishes. Today, I have light powder. That's pretty much all I wear. I wear light powder, some mascara and eyeliner sometimes, lipstick, and that's pretty much it. But before, I was really hiding behind a lot of layers of makeup. I kept reapplying throughout the day. I'm just trying to hide from my, poor nutrition choices that came out in acne all over my face. I have no more headaches. Like I said, I've maybe taken some ibuprofen a couple times in the last few years, and my energy is off the roof now. I can do things without feeling like I'm going to stop breathing and pass out. I can actually walk up the stairs now. I can run up the stairs and get my charger that I forgot in the bedroom without making a big deal about it. Because I always remember that. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm like, oh, my phone's dead. I don't want to have to run up the stairs to get my charger. That's so much work. Now I don't even think about it. I'm just oh, my phone's dead. Go plug my, run upstairs and get it or whatever. So daily tasks are so much different now. 5 years ago, I was super embarrassed. I was super ashamed. I was super, I felt guilty. I was always bloated. I was emotionally eating, and emotional eating is a whole nother subject, but I mean, this could go anywhere from closet eating, secret eating, overeating, stress eating, binging and purging, all of it. I was doing a lot of that every single day. Now I have overcome and conquered my emotional eating issues. I have the freedom and the control over my life and my nutrition. I'm light on my feet. I have greater self-love. I am happy. I'm blissful. I'm joyful. And this comes from my journey, my lifestyle change, my commitment to myself now, whereas before I didn't have any commitment to myself besides stuffing Cheetos in my face at 2 a.m. And once I changed how I treated myself, man, the outlook on life, how I felt every day, how I got out of the bed, what I felt when I look in the mirror, day and night. Basically 5 years ago and, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, before I made my lifestyle change, looking back now, I feel like I was a zombie. I was just going through the motions. I was waking up, I was going to work, I was eating crap food, I was coming home, I was eating more crap food, and then I was going to sleep, and then it just was, there was no excitement, really. It was all about food. I was controlled by food. It was kind of like a plastic wrapped version of myself. I just did a lot of hiding and a lot of just masking my emotions with food. And now I'm finally living life as my real, authentic, true self. I'm still discovering who that is. I'm still discovering what I like and what I don't like, because before my attention was so on food. I was so controlled by food that when I stopped having that reliance on, in my transition, when I realized I did no longer have reliance on junk food, fast food, candy, soda, all that stuff, I had all this extra time and energy to think about other things. And I'm like, what do I like? What do I like to do? Who am I? So I got to rediscover and build and try new things and all that stuff. So I'm finally living as my authentic self now, and I'm not controlled and run down and ruled by my nutrition and by my food choices. I'm finally living as me. So you can see the blog version of this Brunch Break episode at lovechard.com/blog. I share a lot of other journeys and transformation stories and recipes and things like that at lovechard.com. It's my free complimentary website. If you want to hang out with me more, if you want me, because I've been coaching for a couple years, I have tons of clients that I help transition and help be a part of that journey, that guiding factor, so that you can accelerate your goals. If you want to hang out with me more, if anything that I'm saying is resonating with you, if you're like, oh my gosh, she's explaining my life right now and she's where I want to go, then let's hang out. I have a monthly membership site called NutriBabe Nation, and this is where I can more closely and more personally help you guys with tools, videos, trainings, Q&As, discussion forums, and all that. So if you're interested in that, you can get to that from lovechard.com or head to nutribabenation.com for more information, testimonials, and to join our NutriBabe family. So I'll see you next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time for Brunch Break episode 17. In the meantime, if you need anything, please message me, please comment below, please email, anything, reach out. I'm here for you. Have a good week, guys. Bye.